how's it going? Just here to remind you to click the like button, subscribe here to the channel, then hit the bell so you don't miss any videos and stay well inside in our entire universe of Dragon Ball. Without further ado, let's get started. Memoirs of Daishikan. In a peaceful moment at Zeno-sama's palace, Daishikan reflected on his distant past. Memories of him went back to a time long before the creation of the multiverses. It is time to share my origins with the gods. The beginning of time. Daishikan explained to the gods that he was an ancient entity that existed before the creation of the multiverse. He was a witness to the events that led to the formation of the universes. I saw the first rays of the universe. My existence is as old as time. The primordial knowledge. Daishikan possessed profound knowledge about the nature of existence and the cosmos. He shared his understanding with the gods, teaching them the fundamental principles of creation and divine order. My knowledge is grounded in the essence of the multiverse, the role of guide and mentor. As time passed, Daishikan took on the role of guide and mentor to the gods, assisting them in understanding their own power and responsibility. My mission is to guide and preserve divine order in the multiverse. The Grand Priest's legacy. Daishikan's memories revealed an ancient past and an eternal purpose. He was a witness to the creation of the multiverses and a key figure in preserving the divine order. His legacy was intertwined with the very essence of the multiverse, and his wisdom was invaluable to the gods that surrounded him. The meeting with Zarama. The memoirs of Daishikan. Amid his reflection on the past, Daishikan recalled a very special encounter that occurred in the early days of the multiverse. There was a time when the fate of the universes was in the hands of a few. The meeting with Zarama. Daishikan shared with the gods present in the moment when he, as an ancient entity, had his first encounter with Zarama, the divine dragon responsible for creating the Super Dragon Balls. Zarama and I talked about the future of the multiverse. He had the power to create the Super Dragon Balls, which contained the destinies of all universes. The divine decision. In this first conversation, Zarama and Daishikan defined the structure and principles that would govern the multiverse. They decided that gods of destruction and supreme kais wouldn't be needed to maintain balance and divine order. I will create the Super Dragon Balls to represent the destiny of the universes. It is up to you, Daishikan, and the other divine beings to protect this balance. The Divine Pact. The encounter with Zarama resulted in a divine pact that shaped the role of the gods of destruction and the supreme kais in preserving divine order. Daishikan and Zarama worked together to create a system that ensured instability and balance in the multiverse. This meeting defined the course of the multiverse and the divine responsibility we carry to this day. Daishikan's memoirs highlighted the importance of the past in shaping the present and the essential role it played in defining order and balance in the multiverse. His story was a testament to the decisions that led to the current state of the multiverse. The creation of the Super Dragon Balls. The meeting with Zarama. Daishikan continued to share his memories with the assembled gods. This time, focusing on a pivotal moment in which he witnessed the very creation of the Super Dragon Balls. Zarama, the Divine Dragon, and I at a sacred site to witness the creation of the Super Dragon Balls. The power of Zarama. Zarama, with a celestial form, floated majestically in space, emitting a divine glow. He began to conjure the Super Dragon Balls with his immense power. With my power, I will create the Super Dragon Balls that will contain the fate of all universes. The manifestation of the Super Dragon Balls. As Zarama chanted ancient words, the Super Dragon Balls began to emerge. They were sparkling spheres, each representing the essence of a specific universe. It was a spectacle in beauty and divinity. Each sphere was unique and brilliant, containing the destiny of a universe. The pact with the gods. Zarama, after creating the Super Dragon Balls, made a solemn pact with Daishikan and the gods present. He explained that the stability of the multiverse would depend on them to ensure that the Super Dragon Balls were not used recklessly. The Super Dragon Balls are a divine gift, but their use must be careful and considerate. It is up to you to maintain balance. The beginning of a divine journey. The encounter with Zarama marked the beginning of a divine journey for Daishikan and the other gods. They had the responsibility to protect the universe and the stability to protect the Super Dragon Balls and ensure that the fate of the universes was preserved. This moment defined our divine mission and the importance of the Super Dragon Balls in our lives. Daishikan's memories highlighted Zarama's special role in the creation of the Super Dragon Balls and the responsibility he and the other gods accepted in preserving balance in the multiverse. Divine choice. The age of change. Daishikan continued to share his memories, now reaching an important transition point in his life. It was a time when the ancient Grand Priest was approaching the end of his long existence. The time of change was approaching, and the former Grand Priest was about to retire. Zeno-sama's selection of guards. Zeno-sama's guards, vigilant and wise, were tasked with choosing the next High Priest. They were responsible for ensuring the continuity of the Divine Order. The choice of the next High Priest is a critical decision. We must find someone wise and trustworthy. The divine decision. After a careful and deliberate search, Zeno-sama's gods identified Daishikan as the ideal successor. His wisdom, ancestral knowledge, and commitment to preserving divine order made him the right choice. Daishikan is the chosen one. His dedication to the balance of the multiverse is unparalleled. The call of duty. Daishikan received the news with humility and determination. He was willing to take on the role of High Priest, aware of the enormous responsibility it entailed. I accept the call of duty with gratitude. I will be the guardian of the divine order, the beginning of a new era. Daishikan's selection as the new High Priest marked the beginning of a new era in the multiverse. It was ready to lead and continue to preserve stability and balance between the universes. My journey as a High Priest began, and I was determined to maintain divine order and peace in the multiverse. Daishikan's selection as the new High Priest represented a fundamental transition in the multiverse, with the continuation of his mission to protect and guide the divine order. The Pledge of Allegiance. The passage of power. With the decision to become the new Grand Priest, Daishikan was taken to Zeno-sama's palace, where a ceremony would take place to mark the transition of power. I stood before Zeno-sama ready to take office and swear loyalty. The solemn oath. Before Zeno-sama and all the assembled gods, Daishikan swore a solemn oath that echoed throughout the multiverse. I swear to protect and serve Zeno-sama with my entire existence. I will be the guardian of his life and his will. Zeno-sama's consent. Zeno-sama, with his gentle and benevolent gaze, consented to Daishikan's oath. He knew that he was handing over the responsibility of protecting his life to someone worthy of trust.
I accept your oath, Daishikan. You are the High Priest and my faithful guardian.
The eternal commitment. Daishikan, with determination and humility, accepted the responsibility of being Zeno-sama's guardian. He was committed to preserving the life of the supreme ruler and protecting the divine order. My commitment is eternal. I will do whatever it takes to keep Zeno-sama safe and ensure harmony in the multiverse. Daishikan's oath of loyalty sealed his position as the High Priest and guardian of Zeno-sama, and marked the beginning of a lasting partnership in maintaining the divine order. The shadow of the past. Daishikan's worry. As the years passed, Daishikan became Daishikan became preoccupied with the persistent thought, the possibility that Zarama, the divine dragon, would one day return to claim Zeno-sama's throne. My mind began to worry about the return of Zarama, such an ancient and powerful being. Zarama, the impossible return? The gods discussed the possibility of Zarama's return. Some believed it was impossible, while others considered the threat real. Zarama cannot return.
He created the Super Dragon Balls and disappeared.
But what if he returns with intentions of claiming Zeno-sama's throne? The duty to protect Zeno-sama. Daishikan recognized that as Daishikan recognized that as a Grand Priest and guardian of Zeno-sama, it was his duty to protect the supreme ruler of all costs, regardless of threats that might arise. I have sworn to protect Zeno-sama, and that includes protecting him from any threat, even if it is Zerama. Preparations for the unimaginable. Daishikan began planning additional security measures to ensure that Zeno-sama was protected against any possible return of Zerama. He gathered divine advisors to discuss defense strategies. Our priority is Zeno-sama's safety. We must be prepared for the unimaginable. Daishikan's concerns over Zerama's return cast a shadow over the multiverse. As the gods prepared to face a threat that could shake the established order, the uncertainty of the future hung in the air, as the possibility of protecting Zeno-sama's weighed heavily on the Grand Priest's shoulders. The determination of Daishikan, the promise of protection. Faced with the perceived threat of Zerama's return, Daishikan relied on the gods and proclaimed their determination to protect Zeno-sama at any costs. If Zerama dares to return with evil intentions, I will be prepared to face him and protect our beloved supreme ruler. The intense preparation. Daishikan began training and preparing like never before. He studied ancient techniques and strengthened his connection with the gods of destruction and Kaioshins, seeking power that would allow him to fulfill his purpose. I will leave nothing to chance. I will be prepared to face Zerama if he returns. The alliance with the gods. He also worked closely with the other gods to strengthen the divine alliance and ensure that everyone was united against any threat. Daishikan is our leader in the defense of Zeno-sama. Our unity will be our strength. The renewed oath. Before all the gods, Daishikan swore a solemn oath that if Zerama returned with evil intentions, he will face him without hesitation. If my duty as High Priest requires me to face Zerama, then I will do so. Nothing will threaten Zeno-sama's safety as long as I am alive. With his resolve strengthened and his preparation intense, Daishikan was ready to protect Zeno-sama against any threat that might arise, including Zerama's return. The promise of defense was a testimony to their devotion to the supreme ruler and divine order. The weight of divine duty. The Council of the Gods. Atop Zeno-sama's palace, the gods of all universes gathered to discuss the fate of the multiverse. The situation was critical, as the stability of the multiverse was threatened by the uncontrollable forces. Zeno-sama, this situation is serious. The only way to preserve order is to erase all universes and start over.
I know, but that means billions of lives will be lost.
The painful decision. Zeno-sama, with an expression of deep sadness, understood the need for the decision, but was unable to contain his tears. The burden of his divine position weighed heavily upon him.
It's a terrible decision, but we have no choice. It's my responsibility.
Zeno-sama's cry. As Zeno-sama made the decision to erase all universes, he could not hold back his tears. His sobs echoed throughout the palace of the gods, as the other gods watched silently, aware of the weight of duty he was carrying.
I'm sorry. I'm really sorry.
The supreme duty. Zeno-sama's sadness was palpable, but he knew it was his duty as the supreme ruler of the multiverse to ensure order and stability. The act of erasing all universes was a drastic but necessary measure.
I will do whatever it takes to preserve balance. May the beginning of a new multiverse be guided by better choices.
Zeno-sama's weeping was a painful reminder that sometimes divine duty requires enormous sacrifices. As the multiverse prepared to begin again, Zeno-sama remained steadfast as his decision, even if it meant facing the weight of sadness and supreme duty. The divine verdict. The word of Daishikan. Faced with Zeno-sama's sadness, Daishikan, the Grand Priest, addressed the divine assembly to a calm and considered voice. Zeno-sama made a difficult decision. But as impartial observers, we must recognize that mortals have made mistakes over time. Their actions have triggered imbalance and chaos. The misalignment of the multiverse. Daishikan explained that throughout the ages, mortals had engaged in endless wars, causing suffering and instability in the universes. His actions had triggered imbalance, threatening the stability of the multiverse. The error of mortals has brought the multiverse to a critical point. The eradication of the universes may be the result of what they sowed. The lament of the gods. The gods present at the meeting reflected on Daishikan's words. They shared Zeno-sama's grief and understood that, indeed, mortals have made many mistakes. It is quite sad, but maybe it's the only way to restore order. We, the gods, must also take our share of responsibility. The verdict. Daishikan concluded by reiterating the importance of Zeno-sama's decision. The eradication of the universes is a painful verdict, but it is perhaps necessary to ensure that the multiverse can start over with a new balance. Zeno-sama, even with tears in his eyes, recognized the wisdom in Daishikan's words. The final decision had been made, and the eradication of the universes was imminent.
Daishikan is right. This is the only way to restore order. We must move forward with eradication.
The divine verdict was given, and the multiverse was destined to begin again, with the hope of a better future where the mistakes of the past would serve as lessons for all beings. Memories of the First Heavenly War. The memories of Daishikan. As the decision to eradicate the universes was finalized, Daishikan looked at the horizon with a thoughtful look. He began to remember a distant moment in the past. The First Celestial War. How could I forget? The First Celestial War. Daishikan remembered the First Celestial War that had ravaged the multiverses. It was an epic conflict in which the gods and divine beings clashed, resulting in large-scale destruction. Zeno-sama had to intervene to restore peace. He recreated the universes from scratch. A monumental task. The power of Zeno-sama. Daishikan explained that, at the critical moment, Zeno-sama used his supreme power to erase the universes and rebuild them, imposing order and balance where there was chaos before. Zeno-sama demonstrated his supreme power by recreating the multiverse. But he also learned that divine power has its consequences. The lesson learned. Daishikan concluded his memories with a deep understanding of Zeno-sama's current decision. Zeno-sama remembers the First Celestial War and the lessons we learned then. He knows that sometimes, starting over from scratch is the only way to restore balance. Memories of the First Celestial War were a constant reminder of how fragile the multiverse was, and how divine action was necessary to preserve its order. The decision to eradicate the universes was a painful reminder that in the name of stability, sometimes it was necessary to start over. The burden decision. The final decision. With the decision to erase all universes made and the divine reunion reaching its peak, Zeno-sama stood up with his eyes filled with tears. His voice was shocked as he addressed the gods present.
I don't want to erase all the universes. It's a painful decision, but I feel like I have no other choice.
Sadness of Zeno-sama. Tears streamed down Zeno-sama's face as he expressed the deep sadness he felt at the decision he was about to make.
I love all living beings, and the thought of erasing their lives, it hurts me so much.
Standing of the gods. The other gods and divine beings watched Zeno-sama with respect and understanding, aware that the decision he was making was an almost unbearable burden. Zeno-sama, we understand the weight of your decision. It is a difficult choice, indeed, but it was It is what is necessary to guarantee the future of the multiverse. The divine cry. Zeno-sama continued to cry, and his tears fell shining like divine stars. His crying was a reflection of his sadness and reluctance to erase all universes.
I just want people to be happy. But it seems like this is the only way.
The room was filled with solemn silence as the gods witnessed Zeno-sama's sorrow and the burden of his divine duty. The decision was made, but Zeno-sama's heart was filled with anguish for the pain that his choice would cause to all beings in the multiverse. Renewed hope. The silence in the divine room. After his cry, Zeno-sama looked at the gods in the room with an expression of determination. He wiped away his tears and took a deep breath, bringing an air of renewal to the meeting.
However, there is still hope. Daishin-kun, a mortal. His name is Goku.
Daishin-kun surprised. Daishin-kun, surprised by Zeno-sama's sudden change, raised an eyebrow in curiosity. Goku, how can he be the hope we seek? Goku's story. Zeno-sama explained to Daishin-kun about Goku, his background as a warrior and how he had played a crucial role in critical moments to save the multiverse.
Goku is an incredible mortal. He has faced terrifying threats and overcome impossible challenges. His strength, determination, and courage are remarkable.
Hope reborn. Zeno-sama smiled, remembering all the times Goku had surpassed himself to protect the universe and the other universe in the multiverse.
I believe Goku has the ability to overcome and become even more powerful. If we train him and he accepts the challenge, perhaps he can prevent the eradication of the universes.
Daishin-kun, contemplating the idea, nodded with a look of hope. It may be a bold gamble, but it's a ray of hope worth exploring. Let's give Goku a chance to prove his potential. Zeno-sama and Daishin-kun agreed that Goku would be the key to stopping the eradication of the multiverse. This revived hope brought new energy to the meeting as they discussed how they would approach the challenge of training the mortal who could be the salvation of the multiverse. The divine call. The call of Zeno-sama in their divine palace. Zeno-sama and Daishin-kun called an extraordinary meeting with the gods of the universes to discuss the critical situation and the hope that fell on Goku.
It's time to call Goku, the mortal who can be our hope.
Goku receives the call. While Goku was training in his universe, he was suddenly enveloped in a divine aura and summoned to Zeno-sama's palace. Whoa! What's going on? Goku arrives at the divine palace. Where he was faced with the imposing presence of Zeno-sama and Daishin-kun. Huh. Oh, hello, Zen-chan. Daishin-kun, how can I help? Zeno-sama's explanation. Zeno-sama explained everything to Goku, what was about to happen. He also shared the hope that Goku, with his incredible potential, could be the key to averting the catastrophe.
Goku, you have proven yourself to be a remarkable warrior. We believe you can be the hope we need.
A challenge for Goku. Goku, initially surprised by the magnitude of the situation, accepted the challenge with determination. I'm willing to help in any way necessary. Let's save our universes together. With a divine calling, Goku was ready to embark on a mission that could decide the fate of all universes. His journey to become even more powerful and face the ongoing threats that was about to begin. To be continued. So hey, what do you believe and what do you imagine about all of this? Don't forget to click the like button, subscribe here to the channel, and then hit the bell so you don't miss any videos. And that's it for today. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.